welcome back for another Tearless Friday video. It's Elizabeth, joined with my friend, back again, Dylan Randazzo. How are you doing, Dylan?
I'm good. Yeah, Big Brother. It's exciting. We're back in the summer season.
Brother. We are here to discuss Big Brother 23. We are very big super fans of Big Brother, like huge fans. Dylan actually just did a video going through all of the cast, discussing what Big Brother is, really in depth. You should go and check it out if you don't know what Big Brother is, and if you want to get a sense of, you know, who he liked prior to watching the premiere. But it actually just premiered last night. Like when you start watching it, it's like, oh, I'm gonna like this person for sure, and then within like 2 weeks you're like, I hate this person, I hate their alliance.
It's Devin from the Bomb Squad. It's like the single dad everyone loves, and then he puts this alliance together and ends up going home like the third week.
Yeah, and you're like, what, dude, you just wasted away your game. Like, what's happening? This season feels a little different. Like the cast feels more like classic, old school Big Brother.
You know, you don't have a lot of those like Instagram, like just there for the fame and the pretty picture. You know, you have a lot of different looking people, different ages. It's a little younger. Cast is a little younger, but
it's a little younger, yeah.
Very diverse, which I really like.
So I put all the people here, but I did keep it SABCD, but we have super fans. So like they don't need to necessarily be a super fan, but like just like the best, like S for sure, like love them. Alliance for sure. If we were in the game, set up an alliance with that person. Backdoor maybe, like kind of in the middle there, like we could potentially backdoor them. Could nominate / be a pawn, and then definitely gonna zing. Is there someone who jumps out for you right now that is a fan favorite for you?
From the beginning, when I was looking at all of them before the show, and then when they showed him on the show and even on the feeds, I'm a big Kylan fan.
I am too.
You know, he's just very chill, and I think you need to be chill, at least in the beginning of the game, but you need to be friendly and social enough, and I think he's that good balance. He's my pick to win right now just because I just think he's the most well-rounded, but again, with the HOH now and with the teams, you know, anything could happen.
I would actually put Kylan in super fan. Like I'd put him in S for sure.
Who stands out to you, Elizabeth? Who's like your preseason favorite?
If I'm rooting for an underdog in a way, I really like Claire. I think she's the last minute replacement. And so you were saying in your video, like she might be a little scattered, but she seemed to, you know, just fit in really well and just get in it, and she's ready. And I think she chose a pretty good team for her. I know she's also a huge fan of strategy games, Big Brother, Survivor. She made a club in her college that was dedicated to it. So she clearly knows the strategy of the game.
Those are two people on the same team too, so you kind of get the 2-in-1 package right there.
Is there anyone for you that you're like, oh, I don't like this person, or this person seems like they're coming off too much?
No, I know it kind of sucks to like just label all the jocks as like one entity, but like I think both Brent and Travis kind of give off, and even Christian a little bit kind of give off
a little bit
that like I'm just here to like meet the ladies and kind of just hang out by the pool all summer, like the Brett Winston vibe. But then you have the Tyler Crispin, so you never know if one of these is going to be like a Tyler. One of them might be set up for an early elimination, especially given who the HOH is and what his approach just by watching the feeds is about wanting to keep the ladies safe, keep the minorities safe, which really narrows it down to the
jocks. Out of the 3 guys there, I think I would probably want to get rid of Travis early.
He has energy, like he actually wants to pull something off. The whole like, oh, I'm dumber than I look, whereas the other 2 are just like, yeah, I'm gonna go in there and charm my way to the end.
Christian, I didn't even like him. I was like, I would zing him.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything for me. He was the one who outright said he's like, I want to get into showmance, which is already a little bit of a
It's like, okay, are you going on the show to win the $750,000, or are you just trying to hook up with someone and like get followers on Instagram? I would actually use him as a pawn week after week, probably.
Travis shows the most potential of the 3. Brent is like the person I said in my video before the season started, and I think even after watching the episode, he's my prediction for the first gone.
I saw their picture, I like saw their profile or whatever. I was like, fine. But then I saw them start talking and like their little intro, and I was like, Derek X, he is cute. I don't know exactly what his strategy is going to be and like where he fits in like the jocks versus like maybe older players, people playing old Big Brother, like where exactly he fits.
He's someone who could fly under the radar because he seems a little quiet and reserved, but I do think he's like right off the bat, him and Kyland were like buddy just in the first entrance to the Big Brother house, and then feeds they've been really close. I think he's going to be someone that everyone just kind of like wants to be friends with. He's not going to be a super big power player early on, which is good, I think, in this game with this season. The two Dereks themselves, both of them were just a lot of fun.
I know. Yeah, both Derek F and Derek X I really like. I don't know if I would put them both in super fan, but I think I'd put them in alliance for sure.
Derek F is more of like your fan favorite like personality.
Yeah, definitely.
Derek X though could be like a contender to win. Like I think he could go far.
You want to talk about who the first HOH is?
Yeah, let's talk about Frenchie. I like Frenchie. I think he's fun to see a super fan win the first HOH because usually it's like the jock type, it's the Tyler Cody's or the Mickeys. He knows what the fans want to see, and he's going to kind of play the fans' game. The only issue with that is just you don't want to play it too hard too soon.
He might be coming on a little too strong. He's saying that he wants to. What did he say about Dan's funeral? He's like, I want to like
Dan's eulogy, like the follow-up funeral. I'm like, week 1? I don't think he'll be like a pawn this season. I really don't.
I put him in backdoor maybe. I mean, I wouldn't depending on his game, I could backdoor him.
He was someone earlier. I saw a lot of her videos and she was like kind of rubbing me the wrong way just because she was talking so much. But then when she shared her story about her being autistic and like she really just has a fighting spirit, and just out of all the cast who entered the doors, she just had my favorite reactions to things.
Yes. Everyone was so quiet.
It's like good. Like I'm happy that she's like excited to be there. I do see her maybe rubbing people the wrong way, but as a fan, I did like her, and I did like her energy bringing into the house.
She was like in it. I'm like, yeah, that's the energy people usually have going into the house. Seems like she might be a little annoying to some people and like rub them the wrong way, but I really like her.
She could be a pawn, like someone who ends up on the block a few times and then it's just her time to go.
Xavier. I think it's a good idea that he didn't tell them that he's a lawyer.
Xavier should be someone who lays low because he does look like a threat. Like
he looks like a threat. He's tall, he's muscular.
Not someone I want to go up against, but at the same time, with this teams thing, I think he will be a big asset for the early part of the game. So I think he is almost a lock for jury. But then when you get to jury and it's an individual game, I'm worried he might go sooner than I thought. Like I thought he would go all the way to the end and then be like Vanessa, get cut.
I also see him getting like a quick double eviction.
On a tier list, I'd probably put him at A, but I think the way he goes, he might go backdoor. So I don't know. It's like,
yeah. How are we feeling about Azah?
I like her. I think she's a big fan, and I think she shows that. I like her whole like, I'm not gonna get into showmance thing. That's the only thing is she was like, I don't want to win the first HOH because I want to take out the first HOH, but now the HOH is her teammate, Frenchie. So her whole strategy is now going to have to be reworked.
I think I'd put her in alliance for sure. I like her energy. I'm trying to remember what you said about Sarah. I for sure couldn't do it. Like I would zing.
I think she's going to fit in, and I don't know if I'd be her friend. I don't see her going far at all.
I will say Hannah, Alyssa, and Whitney are all the same kind of person to me.
Whitney is the makeup artist who's also a mom.
A mom, yes, that's right. She's a mom.
Help her. I think that'll help her because she has that relatability. I think Alyssa's, where she has a little bit of a benefit, is that she is a super fan. I don't see Hannah being in a showmance just because she's really, really young and she wants to play the villain game. I think saying you want to play the villain game is a little bit of a red flag for me. I
think so too. You can't label yourself as a Rachel. You just have to be Rachel. I would put Hannah here maybe.
Personally, I like Alyssa a little bit more than Whitney just because I think Whitney might come off a little bit more threatening. I think it's going to come down to whether or not they do showmances or not.
Alyssa, because she's a super fan in here.
Yeah, that works.
And maybe Whitney also next to Hannah. Last but not least, we have Tiffany, who she started off talking and I was like, I don't know. And then she kept going and she was showing like her competitive side. And she was like, I tell my kid what to do. I was like, okay, let's do it, Tiffany. Let's go.
She's not going to be just outcast as the old lady. She's now in the oldest guy. And I think that's already a team up we're seeing happening on the feeds. Spoiler alert, but I'm excited for this. I think Tiffany could end up going much further than initially expected. I think she was someone I was like pre-jury for the whole beginning of the game, but now that I've seen her and seen who
in action,
I'm a big fan of Tiffany. I think she'll do well.
I'm not sure if I'd put her in super fan or alliance for sure.
I just don't know if she'll ever be the puppet master.
Yeah.
Like, in charge of things, but she always seems like she might be in on the big alliance, whatever it is. So
yeah. Love how we just put our two favorites in super fan though.
Is there anyone else you think could bump up or bump down from any of these tiers?
The only person that I would potentially bump up, not to be a winner, but for entertainment purposes, would be Derek F.
Because if he makes it to the end and gets to the final seat, I think it's hard to beat him. Unless it's like, because last season it was different because it was All-Stars, but if you have an Enzo in the end, he's going to win because he's so likable. If you have James in the end, he's going to win. I think Derek F could win if he gets to the end, but the thing is, I don't think he's going to win a lot of comps. So he's someone you could get to third place and then cut him then.
Feel good about that.
Cool. Yeah, we did.
Wait, good work.
Oh,
I don't know what side. We'll do both.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me, Dylan.
It's an honor. I love this channel. I love being on. I love talking Big Brother.
We're gonna do a video on Dylan's channel eventually, checking back in and seeing, like, we might watch this video and be like, oh my God, what were we thinking? Dylan has a lot of content on his channel. That's a lot of fun. If you're a Marvel fan, really go and check him out. Any kind of movies, TV shows. If you're a big media person, you have to go and watch Dylan's channel. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what other videos you want to see me do in the future, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, because I post a video every single Monday, and on Fridays I post my tier list videos, and I will see you next Monday. Boom, boom, bye.